So again, welcome to the virtual open house presented today by the Atlanta Land Trust and the Atlanta Neighborhood Development Partnership. We are thrilled to have you here with us today to view 3 affordable homes that are currently for sale in the Pittsburgh neighborhood. ANDP is a nonprofit organization which has been working over the past 29 years to promote, create, and preserve mixed income communities throughout the metropolitan Atlanta region. ANDP works across the region and has financed and developed over 1,100 homes and provided almost 30,000 Atlantans with affordable rental and homeownership opportunities. The Atlanta Land Trust is a nonprofit organization working to create permanent affordability to support inclusive, equitable communities near the Atlanta BeltLine and other targeted areas in the city of Atlanta. We're working together to create permanently affordable housing in the Pittsburgh neighborhood in support of the Annie E. Casey Foundation's work to improve education, job opportunities, and health for low-income families. Today on our agenda, we have an overview of the Pittsburgh neighborhood. We'd like to provide you all with some information on amenities and assets in the community. Then we'll be touring 3 homes. After that, we will provide you with an overview of the Atlanta Land Trust and the community land trust model that we use to create permanent affordability. We will review the Atlanta Land Trust home buying process, discuss resources available for financing the acquisition of a home through the Atlanta Land Trust, and then we'll talk about next steps. Joining me in presenting today in this open house is Derek Duckworth, who is a real estate agent with the BeltLine team. He is the listing agent for the 3 homes that we have featured on the tour today, and Karen Babineau, my colleague at the Atlanta Land Trust, who is our stewardship manager. It is a historic neighborhood that's located just south of downtown Atlanta. It was originally founded in 1883 by formerly enslaved people, with housing built around the Pegram Railroad repair shops. The smoke from the rail yards resembled the heavy smog produced by the steel mills of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, resulting in the neighborhood's name. Today, amenities in the community include Pittman Park, which features a playground, gym, tennis and basketball courts, and an Olympic-sized pool. The Salvation Army Community Center, which offers 50,000 square feet of arts, recreation, worship, and community space. And the Center for Working Families, just north of Mechanicsville, provides targeted employment, workforce development, asset building, and entrepreneurial services. Pittsburgh consists of grid-patterned streets with cozy, durable houses on intimate lots. Soon, McDaniel Street will link to the Atlanta BeltLine at its southern end. The Atlanta BeltLine is one of the largest, most wide-ranging urban redevelopment programs in the United States. The project proposes to reimagine a 22-mile historic loop of railroad tracks, encircling the city into a mix of parks, trails, and public transportation. The BeltLine is driving increases in home value as people flock to neighborhoods with access to this amenity. The Atlanta Land Trust is focused on ensuring that all Atlantans have access to the BeltLine as it is implemented across the city. Pittsburgh is bordered on the south by the South Side Trail, which you see in this map. The South Side Trail is the red segment, and it will ultimately connect to the existing West Side Trail, which you see is the green segment, and connect to the East Side Trail, which goes north into Reynoldstown, Inman Park, and connects through to Piedmont Park. Pittsburgh connects to the BeltLine through the new Pittsburgh Yards project. This major redevelopment project is transforming a former UPS distribution center into a vibrant community to include maker studios, co-working space, retail, and green space, as seen here on this slide. This 31-acre project is being developed under the leadership of the Annie E. Casey Foundation, with the goal to spur economic equity, job growth, and entrepreneurship for residents of Southwest Atlanta. The NIA building, pictured on the next slide, will be the first phase to open this year and will include flexible office and creative maker spaces. Now that you have a feel for the neighborhood, we'd like to show you 3 of the homes that we currently have available for purchase. And I will mention, we have 5 homes currently listed in the neighborhood. We're featuring 3 on the tour today, but all listings can be found on our website or through ANDP's website. So I'm going to hand it off to Derek Duckworth, who is going to tour 1096 McDaniel, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath new construction home in the heart of the community.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to see 1096 McDaniel Street, a new construction home, a house that was actually built in 2019 by one of our major partners, Atlanta Neighborhood Development Partnership. which, as you said earlier, has done over 1,100 houses in the city of Atlanta. You can see this nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, completely brand new, nice hardwood floors, a ton of natural light. We're going to go in here. We're actually going to see one of the first 2 bedrooms, one of the front 2 bedrooms, I should say. You can see it's got wall-to-wall carpet, window on the front as well as on the side with a nice little walk-in closet. You'll see there's enough natural light in this room that actually there should be no reason for lights in the middle of the day. You also see that it's big enough to fit a full-size or queen-size bed. You see as you leave the room, we actually have nice hardwood floors again in all the common areas. We see the front bathroom, granite countertops, subway tile in the back. When you walk into the 2nd bedroom, again, big enough to accommodate any twin, queen, or full-size bed. 2 windows, again, with great natural light, and another closet that's actually big enough for any 2nd and 3rd bedroom or child's bedroom. So you'll see there's a ton of room in these houses. Everything is new construction. Everything is, all the angles work right. The doors shut completely. Brand new hardwood floors, great natural light, all top of the line amenities went into this house. You see the hardwood floor as you go back into the kitchen. You notice the kitchen has brand new granite countertops. We don't actually show it in this video, but we do have soft close kitchen cabinets. I need you to use your imagination a little bit because we will have brand new stainless steel appliances in each one of the houses that we sell today. You really quickly saw that little pantry. You go to the back of the house, we actually see the master bedroom. Again, actually large enough to hold a full-size, queen-size, or king-size bed, as well as a dresser and possibly dresser drawers. And then you see we go into the master bathroom, brand new master bathroom, nice walk-in closet with a pocket door to give you a little extra room. You see the racks on top, it's carpeted. You see the tile floor in the bathroom as well as the subway tile and the nice little window for more natural light up top. You'll see the laundry or the water closet has another pocket door to give you a little bit more room still. As you go back into the bedroom, if we go off to the left, we'll actually see and start with the dining room here. So the dining room's got 2 windows on the back side as well as the exit to the back of the house. Nice little backyard, private backyard, not too big, not too hard to maintain. You'll see we have to go in here and clean it up a little bit because we will make sure that it's a little bit more presentable before we actually sell the property. You notice on the top there we have a skylight. Gives you another example of how we try to make sure we get as much light into these properties as possible. Again, as we exit the house, you see the front bedrooms, the alarm pad off to our left-hand side. You see a nice colored door. I don't know if you noticed, there was actually a Pittsburgh flag sitting above the front porch. Nice tree canopy there. That's 1096 McDaniel Street. Thank you, Amanda.
Great, thanks, Derek. We also wanted to help you visualize what the home could look like with furniture. So we've created these images that show what the house would look like with staged furniture. Here you see the master bedroom, which includes a king-size bed. This is the dining area directly adjacent to the kitchen with a connection to the backyard. You can see it fits a full-size dining table. And then lastly, we have an image of the living room, which connects again to the kitchen and to the front porch. So you see this fits a full-size set of living room furniture, and there's significant natural light coming in through the front porch. Next, we're going to show you 1140 Garibaldi Street. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that Karen Babineau is going to show us.
Good morning, everybody. The thing that I love about this home, it sits up on a small hill, so it has great curb appeal. They have young trees, so you'll be able to watch these trees go and maybe put your child's swing there. So we're just going to walk up the driveway. It has a parking pad that fits 2 cars, and you still have lawn, beautiful roses that have been nourished by all the rain we've been getting. But the cutest feature is this wonderful porch. I can see porch parties this summer on that porch. We're going to enter the home. This home has a similar floor plan, but it has a nice fireplace, and the bedrooms are off to the side. So you have a nice size front bedroom that can be an office or guest room, lots of light, And all of our properties have contemporary paint colors. As you walk down the hall, the bathroom is between the two bedrooms. We have a nice window over the tub, granite countertops, tile floors, and the back bedroom is large that possibly fit the queen or king bed of your choice with a nice walk-in closet. The floors are walnut. They're not plastic. They're real hardwoods. So you're getting quality products in this home, including granite and hardwoods. This home has a lot of natural light, a lot of windows, and contemporary features. This is the laundry closet, which can fit a stackable or a side-by-side washer and dryer, which is not included in the appliance package. You have a nice open kitchen. The appliances are included: stainless steel, refrigerator, stove, dishwasher. The surprise in this house is the master bedroom. You can enter from the back stairs, and it's a large, light-filled bedroom with two sections. So you can have your private oasis there, and then your actual bed, queen or king, on the other side. This particular bedroom has two huge closets. You can build them out and not even need dressers in this room. You see how long they are? Again, the private oasis, the second closet is even bigger than the first one. And you can walk into this huge light-filled master bathroom, double sinks with granite countertops, garden tub for soaking. I can see the candles now, and the stand-up shower. As you walk back out, back down the stairs, you can exit or enter through your back door. And the backyard is private fenced, and I can just see some paving stones and a nice table and chairs back there. It's really quiet. So our kitchen, as Derek mentioned, the cabinets are white in this kitchen, but they do have the soft close drawers. And we walk back outside, and of course the porch that I love so much. You can start your porch party and walk down to Pittsburgh Yards. This is a cute urban cottage with craftsman features for $159,900. You have off-street parking as well. And there you go. Walk to Pittsburgh Yards and enjoy the convenience of Pittsburgh, close to MARTA. And we're going to turn back to Amanda.
Great, thanks, Karen. And for this home, again, we have provided a couple of images to show you what it would look like when fully furnished. So here we have the master suite area on the second floor with a king-size bed and a TV. We have the dining room, living room area. So this is somewhat of an open concept. The dining room is connected to the kitchen through a pass-through window. It fits a full-size dining room table. And then you can see the living room is also quite spacious off the entrance and the front porch, and features a working fireplace. Now we're going to go back to Derek, who is going to show us around 1170 McDaniel Street, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, new construction home.
Welcome back, y'all. Time to get another property over here on McDaniel Street. I don't know if you guys know, but McDaniel Street brings you straight into Pittsburgh Yards. So this property is about 2 blocks away. Again, brand new construction from the rooter to the tutor. Everything is brand new in this house. You see it's got this convenient front porch again, so you can actually talk to your neighbors. We walk in the house. This time we actually see 3 windows in the living room, straight through to the kitchen and the dining room out back. Like the first house we saw, as you go off to your right-hand side, you see the bedrooms. Again, brand new carpet. This one's a little bit lighter of a color, maybe a little bit of a beige. You see the double doors for that closet. Again, high ceilings in this house. I don't know if I pointed that out before, but you see these nice, huge ceilings. Then in many of these houses, you have that common bathroom between the front two bedrooms. Again, everything is brand new. Instead of doing the subway tile, we actually have the 12 by 12 tiles. Again, you notice we still have the granite countertops. We actually have the laundry closet off to our left that we'll see on our way back out of the second bedroom. Again, great natural light, double windows, double doored closet, and again, a guest room, child's room, large enough for an office maybe, a queen size bed, as well as other furniture. So again, you saw the carpet wall to wall. You see the brand new hardwood floors, the laundry closet that I talked about, full size stackable. Go in there, give you plenty of room. Off to the side, convenient to all the bedrooms as well as the kitchen and the common areas. As you actually leave it, we go back into the living room. I don't know if you noticed the ceiling fan up top. Again, we see a skylight on the top, brand new granite countertops. This time we do have the white cabinets like you saw in Karen's house. I think we actually have the soft close as well. Again, I'm going to ask that you use your imagination because these will all have appliances in them. You see the dining room to the back side of the house and a utility closet here. You have your hot water heater there, as well as a little extra storage room off to the right-hand side of that. In the back of the house, this time you have a little bit larger of a master bedroom. This one actually has 3 windows. It's kind of nice because they're 2 on one wall, and across that wall you see that third window. You walk into the master bathroom here. It's got the water closet here off to the side, right next to the walk-in closet. Across the way, you see that combined shower tub combination. Across from that, you have this another walk-in closet, nicely carpeted, double vanity, granite countertops, that large mirror. I don't know if you saw that image. It didn't really look like me, but she's helped us out with all this. Again, this large master bedroom, there actually be some renderings of it when Amanda takes over in a second. You go out and you see this beautiful Saturday, the blue skies. You see a private backyard out here, as well as this little deck out here. You might want to ask for you. And then you go back into the rear of the house. The rear of the house brings you back into the dining room. And you see straight through the kitchen with that open concept and back into the living room. So hopefully you see how you might be able to imagine yourself in this house. Amanda's going to take over again in a couple seconds. She will have a couple more renderings again to show you how this house might be furnished. You might be able to put a little furniture out here on the front porch. And you walk out here to McDaniel Street. Off to the south side, you actually run into Pittsburgh Yards, like I said. Thank you, Amanda. And I'll let you take over again.
Thanks, Derek. So as Derek mentioned, again, we have some images to help you imagine what this home would look like if it was yours with furniture in it. So you have the dining room table directly connected to the back porch where there's room for a grill. You have a master bedroom here with a full-size king-size bed and lots of natural light with the direct connection to the bathroom. And then lastly, we have an image of the living room directly connected to the front porch and the front door. You see here again, there's plenty of room to fit a couch, 2 chairs, and an entertainment center. Thanks to both Derek and Karen for sharing these homes with us. We now want to spend some time introducing you to the Atlanta Land Trust and provide an overview of the Community Land Trust model. So the Atlanta Land Trust, again, is a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to deliver and steward permanently affordable housing near the Atlanta BeltLine and other targeted areas of the city. And our vision is to be the primary community land trust in the city of Atlanta and one of the largest urban community land trusts in the United States. Now, community land trusts may be something that you're not familiar with, but they've actually been around for about 50 years, and there are over 225 community land trusts in operation across the country. A community land trust is simply a nonprofit organization that develops and stewards housing on behalf of the community. The first way that we create affordable housing through community land trusts is to acquire land. We do that through various funding sources, both public and private. On that land, we will then develop affordable housing and sell that housing to an income qualified family. When we sell the family the home, what we do is we separate ownership of the home from ownership of the land. So we call this a dual ownership model. the Atlanta Land Trust retains ownership of the land to ensure the permanent affordability of the home. Once the homeowner is ready to sell their home, they are going to be required to sell the home to somebody who meets the same income requirements that they did when they bought their home for an affordable price. So what we're asking our homeowners to do is to pay forward the benefit of an affordable home that they received to another low-income home buyer. Now we want to share with you a video that was created by an organization called the Grounded Solutions Network, which provides a really clear, short overview of how the community land trust model works.
Community land trusts, or CLTs, are nonprofit organizations that acquire, own, and steward land permanently for the common good. The most common CLT land use is housing, but retail, office, and a variety of other uses are possible. CLTs give formal decision-making voice and power to local community residents in determining land uses. Here's how CLTs make home buying affordable for families in their communities. First, the CLT builds or buys homes using one-time public or private investment. Next, the CLT sells just the home to a low-income buyer who qualifies for a mortgage, and the CLT keeps the land, holding it in trust for future generations of home buyers. In return for being able to buy a home at a discounted price, the family agrees to pay it forward and sell to another low-income family at a price they can afford. The CLT manages the sales process, ensuring that each home-buying family builds some wealth from a predetermined, limited amount of the sales proceeds. In this way, the one-time public or private investment in CLT homes makes lasting affordability a reality and stabilizes communities. And CLTs benefit the larger community too, as they preserve and protect housing for long-term residents, helping to build stronger, safer, and higher quality, diverse neighborhoods, contributing to greater educational attainment, employment opportunities, and health outcomes. Visit groundedsolutions.org to learn more about CLTs today.
What's important to understand is the dual ownership model. The Atlanta Land Trust retains ownership of the land, and the homeowner owns the home. We enter into a long-term ground lease that gives the homeowner the right to be on the land, but also sets forth some important restrictions on what that homeowner can do with the home. Most importantly, to whom they can sell the home when they're ready to sell it, and for what price. And that price is called the Resale Formula, and we'll talk a little bit more about how that works later in the presentation. First, we wanted to review some of the benefits of community land trust home ownership. So CLT home ownership provides for community control. It takes land out of the speculative real estate market and allows for the community to determine how that land is used. Next, it provides housing stability. According to national data, the annual move rate for a community land trust or shared equity household is 2.6% compared to 14% of all households nationwide. CLT homeowners also benefit from a predictable and consistent monthly housing costs. So stability is provided both through the fact that you own your home, but also through the fact that you know how much your housing is going to cost every single month. That allows you to better plan financially for your future. Next, it creates a pathway to traditional home ownership. So we recognize that the community land trust model may not be what people envision for themselves when they think about their housing and their financial future. Some people aspire to traditional home ownership. A community land trust home ownership can get you to traditional home ownership. It can be a stepping stone towards that goal. We found nationally when shared equity households sold their homes and moved, the majority chose to purchase again. So 58% of people who sell their community land trust home go on to buy a traditional market rate home. Community land trust homeownership also provides an opportunity for limited wealth creation. Nationally, we saw that the median shared equity household accumulates approximately $14,000 through an initial investment of just under $2,000. So that's a fantastic return on that investment. Our goal really is to balance wealth creation and long-term affordability. We'll move on to review some of the facts about CLT homeownership so that you understand the similarities and differences between community land trust homeownership and traditional homeownership. First, the community land trust home is governed by a long-term ground lease and a special warranty deed on improvements. So with traditional homeownership, you have just one deed that includes the home and the land. With a community land trust, you have two deeds. One deed for the land, which is held by the community land trust, and one deed for the home, which is held by the homeowner. And as I mentioned before, we enter into a long-term ground lease with the homeowner that gives you control over the land, but also establishes some restrictions on what you can do with the land. The CLT home can transfer to your heirs upon death. So an heir would qualify as anybody that is immediate family, a sibling, a parent, a child, or anyone that's been living in the home for more than a year. We have the option to purchase the home from the homeowner when they make the decision to sell. This is called an option to purchase. We hope to be able to exercise that option because we think that it will make the selling process much faster and easier for our homeowners. But to be clear, we aren't buying the home at a discount. We buy it at the same price that anybody else would be required to buy it for. Just like traditional homeownership with the community land trust, you are required to get insurance, both homeowners insurance and flood insurance if you're in a flood zone. You are generally prohibited from leasing your home. You're required to make the community land trust home your primary residence, which means that you live there 8 out of 12 months of the year. In the event that you have to move out of Atlanta for a family obligation or work or school for a temporary period of time, we will permit you to lease your home as long as you intend to come back to Atlanta and live in the home at some point in the near future. And your financial responsibilities in a community land trust home include your monthly lease fee. This is the fee that you pay to the Atlanta Land Trust for using the land. It's $35 land use fee and a $20 repair reserve fee, which we put into a separate account and you would have access to in the event you have any repair or maintenance issues with your home. So that's a total of $55 a month. Then you are also responsible for property taxes and utilities, just like you would be with a traditional home. I mentioned the resale formula earlier. This is a formula that's contained within your ground lease. Community land trusts across the country typically use 3 different resale formulas. We use 2 of those 3 formulas. And the resale formula, again, is how we determine how much you can sell your house for when you are ready to sell it. And the goal of the resale formula is to make sure that the next buyer who buys the home from you is able to buy the home for an affordable price, but that you're also able to realize some equity based on how long you've been in your home. So it's, again, balancing wealth creation against long-term affordability. The appraisal-based formula that we use allows for the initial purchase price, which is increased over time, to increase by a specified percentage. So we're basically looking at the value that you paid for your home when you bought it and the value of the home when you're ready to sell it. The difference between those 2 numbers is called appreciation. And you're able to share in 25% of the appreciation of your home during the time that you live there. For the fixed rate formula, it's a little bit more straightforward. The purchase price is simply increased over time by a fixed annual percentage. So our fixed rate formula says the value of your home is able to increase 2% every year. So if you live in your home for 10 years, you're able to realize a 20% increase in the value of your home. And again, this is how we determine the price for which you can sell your home when you're ready to sell it. Next, we wanted to review some of the basic requirements for participation in our program at the Atlanta Land Trust. Generally, your income has to be below 80% of the area median income. You have to be employed, disabled, or a senior citizen, and you generally need to have a minimum credit score of 620. And on this table here to the right, you can see the income levels. We know everybody's not familiar with this AMI measure. This is something that the federal government releases every year and establishes the median income for the Atlanta region. You simply need to figure out how many people are going to be in your household and then use the chart to go to 80% of AMI, and that will tell you the maximum your income can be in order to qualify for our program. So if you're a single mom and you have 2 kids in your house, you have a 3-person household and you couldn't make more than $57,440. This is based on the number of people in your household, not the number of income earners. Next, we wanted to take some time to review our home buying process. So the steps you see outlined here on this slide are not set forth in a specific order. We recognize that people come into our process at different points, so you don't have to do these steps in order, but you do have to complete all of these steps before you're able to purchase a home. So the first step in our process is to learn about our program. So you're starting to do that today. You're reviewing and understanding our qualification criteria. The next step would be for you to attend a community information session. This is about an hour and a half. We hold it once a month on a Saturday. We actually have one coming up next Saturday, May 9th. And this is an opportunity for you to learn in a little bit more detail what the community land trust model is, and what buying a home through the Atlanta Land Trust requires, and how, again, it's different from traditional home ownership. We really want to make sure that people have an understanding of how our model differs from traditional home ownership before you invest a lot of time and energy in trying to buy one of our homes, because we want to make sure that our program and our model is the right fit for you. The next thing you will do is to determine the program eligibility. So you'll complete an application. We have the application on our website. You can also reach out to us if you're having trouble finding it. We can send it to you. It's a PDF document that you can fill out on your computer. You'll also submit documentation verifying what your income is, so we can make sure that you don't make too much money to qualify for our program. And then we'll work with you to schedule a counseling session with Resources for Residents and Communities, who is our contracted counseling provider. And when you go meet with RRC, they will walk you through the ground lease and the resale formula in detail, so you fully understand what the requirements are and how you'll know how much wealth you can build while you're in your home. Next is completing the homebuyer education and getting your mortgage pre-approval letter. The homebuyer education requirement is pretty standard for down payment assistance programs and other programs that work with first-time or low-income homebuyers. You simply have to go to a HUD-certified training provider and get a certificate for completion of this 8-hour class. You can also do it online now. That's an option. And then you'll get a loan pre-approval letter from one of our approved lenders. We have 3 lenders that we currently work with right now that I'll talk a little bit more about later in the presentation, but it's important that you get this letter from one of our approved lenders, and that will tell you how much of a house you can afford to buy. Once you know how much you can afford to buy, then you're ready to find your new home. You can look at all of the homes that we have available. We have 8 available right now, 5 of which are in Pittsburgh and 3 of which you saw today in this presentation. You'll then write a contract, review the terms of your ground lease to make sure you understand them, and then we'll close on the house, at which point we'll sign the ground lease and you'll be able to move into your home. Next, we wanted to review some of the resources that are available for purchasing an Atlanta Land Trust property. So just like buying a traditional home, you will have to get a mortgage in order to purchase one of our homes. The mortgage loan products that are available and work with the community land trust model include Fannie Mae conventional loans, Freddie Mac conventional loans, a portfolio loan that could be just held by a bank or a credit union, a housing finance agency loan, which currently is not available in our program but may become an option in the future, and then a Veterans Administration loan. I do want to make it clear here that FHA is not currently an option for community land trust properties. They do not permit community land trust mortgages. They will not insure those. Our approved lenders are also listed on this slide. Currently, we have 3 that we're working with, and on a weekly basis, we're in discussion with other lenders so that we can expand our pool and provide more options for our buyers. Currently, we're working with Capital City Home Loans, Calcon Mortgage, which is also known as One Trust Home Loans, and Regions Mortgage, which provides 2 different portfolio loan products. There are also 3 different down payment assistance providers that we work in partnership with. Invest Atlanta, Atlanta Housing, and the Atlanta Neighborhood Development Partnership. These down payment assistance programs can be layered. So it's important, again, that you're working with a loan officer that understands what resources are out there and how they can be layered together in order to ensure you're getting the best possible price for your home. Invest Atlanta has 2 different programs that work well with the community land trust model. The Atlanta Affordable Homeownership Program, otherwise known as AHOP, through which you can get $14,000 towards down payment and closing costs in the form of a 0% soft second mortgage. Your household income cannot exceed 80% of AMI. You need to be a first-time home buyer. And if your property is sold before 5 years, a portion of the loan has to be repaid. So that's really important to remember that each of these programs has a requirement for how long you stay in the home. And if you stay in the home less than that amount of time, you will have to repay a portion of the down payment assistance. If you stay in your home past that time frame, you do not have to repay it. And that becomes equity in your home. Invest Atlanta also offers the In-Town Mortgage Assistance Program, IMAP, through which you can get $10,000 toward down payment assistance and closing costs. Your household income can't exceed 120% of AMI, and if you sell your property before 10 years, the loan must be repaid plus a percentage of your gain. And the requirements are similar for these 3 different providers. You need to attend a Q&A session, enroll in a qualified homebuyer education class, which can be the same class that you enroll in for the Atlanta Land Trust. You need to work with one of their participating lenders, and all of our lenders are approved to participate with the Invest Atlanta, and the home needs to be within Atlanta city limits. The Atlanta Housing also provides a down payment assistance program. This is the Atlanta Housing Authority. They have rebranded themselves as Atlanta Housing. Their program is called the Homeownership Assistance Program. This is a great program through which you can get $20,000 to $25,000 towards down payment and closing costs, also in the form of a 0% soft second mortgage. And your household income can't exceed 80% of AMI, and you, again, must be a first-time home buyer. If you sell your property before 10 years, a portion of the loan plus a portion of the appreciation has to be repaid. And the requirements for this program are that you, again, need to participate in a homebuyer education class. You have to use a participating lender, and your home needs to be within the city limits of Atlanta. And then lastly, our partner on these homes, the Atlanta Neighborhood Development Partnership, also has a new down payment assistance program that's available called the Homeownership Assistance Program. Through this program, you can get between $5,000 and $10,000 towards down payment, closing costs, and principal reduction in the form of a 0% soft second mortgage. Your household income can't exceed 80% of AMI. They have programs available for first-time home buyers, community partners, military veterans, and overseas military and veterans. If the property in this program is sold before 5 years, a portion of the loan must be repaid. Requirements include homebuyer education, working with a participating lender, and finding a home within Metro Atlanta. And lastly, we just wanted to spend a little bit of time on next steps so that if you are interested in moving forward and purchasing a home through ANDP and the Atlanta Land Trust, you know what actions you can take immediately in order to get closer to that goal. So first, you have already reviewed the program qualification criteria by participating in this event today. If you want to spend some more time reviewing that, you can visit our website, atlantalandtrust.org. Next, we would suggest that you sign up for our community information session on May 9th. A link to that page is included here. It's atlantalandtrust.org/event. Again, we hold those on a monthly basis. So if you aren't available next weekend, we'll have another one in June and then another one in July. Typically, we would hold these in person at a public library, but because of COVID-19, we are holding them all virtually via Zoom. Another next step would be to complete the electronic program application. Again, this is something we can send to you, or you can go to our website, atlantalandtrust.org/resources/application if you want to download it and fill it in yourself, and information is included on how to submit that within the application. You'll also need to, once you've completed those steps, obtain mortgage loan pre-approval letter from one of our approved lenders, so you know how much of a home you can afford, or if you have credit repair activities or goals that you need to undertake in order to be better prepared to buy a home, we can also help connect you with those resources. We'll then get you scheduled for a one-on-one counseling session. Again, we will coordinate directly with our counseling provider to get that scheduled once you're ready. You can schedule a tour of an available Atlanta Land Trust home. You can do that at any point. Derek's contact information is included on this slide. Again, he's the listing agent for the 5 homes that we have available in Pittsburgh. And then once you found a home that you've fallen in love with and completed all the other steps in this process, you're ready to write a contract and move forward with closing. So that concludes the presentation today.